Hi, my name is Lorena. Welcome again to our podcast, Hit HR IT Today from Barcelona, Spain. In today's episode, we have a special guest that it's Erik Birkfeld, CTO of Sonatafy. Sonatafy is a nearshore software development company located in the US with offices in San Diego, California. Sonatafy is on a mission to create amazing tech teams. Pillars of Sonatafy's philosophy is flexibility, fun, and the feeling of belonging to a family of engineers working together as a team. So, welcome, Erik. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you. How are you?
Great here with the great weather in Barcelona. How about you?
I have uh, I have terrible weather in San Diego. Nobody should ever come here. It's gross. No, it's beautiful, as is Barcelona.
Barcelona is great. It's great. We are in summer now. We have the beach, beautiful seaside. So you should come.
I
Definitely.
Yes, one of my favorite cities I've ever been to. So
You're invited. You can come
yes,
whenever you want.
actually, after the first time we talked, I went on Google Maps and looked on it, and me and my wife looked and like, oh, remember when we went there? And remember when we went there?
That's
Fun.
awesome. That's awesome. So, Erik, first of all, tell us a bit more about Sonatafy.
Sure. So Sonatafy started around 2014, and were focused on using resources in Asia Pacific to supplement development efforts around the United States. And in 2014, 2015, we made the leap. We moved primarily into Latin America, and the majority of our developers are now located in Mexico. We found a wealth of talent and technical prowess, as well as really good uh, culture and um, team players. And we've done a lot of work to not only stay in Mexico, but just increase our footprint.
So, where is the talent that you have right now working for you
hmm
located? Mainly in Mexico, but you have other locations?
We are looking to get into Argentina and Uruguay this year, but primarily we are in Mexico. We have developers all over mainland and Baja, Mexico.
Perfect. What kind of developers are you are working with you? Like front end, back end, DevOps? What kind of professionals you're hiring right now?
So we work with every developer. We are kind of like front end, back end agnostic. We work with customers that have complex web applications, healthcare applications, SaaS based platforms. We do DevOps for them. We do QA, front end, back end, full stack, everything that you can think of. We don't really target any one technology within those tech stacks. We're really consumed with just finding good, sensible engineers that know how to work and know how to be part of a team, and more importantly, know how to be a part of a remote team. During the
Okay.
pandemic, Sonatafy made a big switch where we saw this globally that everybody moved into this remote, work experience. We have a lot of companies that are now coming back to you've got to be coming into the office, and actually embraced the remote so well that we make the remote work. All of our engineers now can rest assured that if they come work with us and work with our customer, they get to do it from home or wherever they're working from. Maybe in the future they'll have an opportunity to visit clients, but just and being a remote worker takes a lot of responsibility. So again, that's the other part of this is finding good people with technical skill, but finding good people that are professional and understand what it's like to be a productive teammate.
Of course, Eric. Right now, talent it's demanding in a way, or it's asking for the employers to have
Yep.
more remote work, right? But in
Yeah.
terms of the employers, they are saying it's very challenging, and I understand that right now the companies do not have all the, I don't know how to say, the tools in
hmm
a metaphoric way of saying, or management skills to be
Yep.
able to manage a remote team, what do you think it was the key of your success in a way to be able to manage a team remotely, like fully remote? It's not the same
Sure.
like once a week, like fully remote.
Sure. I mean, we we've been doing this for so long, even before the pandemic. The Zoom meetings, the company meetings, it's bringing everybody around, the meetings with our moms and our dads and our families. And we all know how trying those are. Am I on? Is this thing on? Like, we've had enough time to really understand, one, how to use the tool, like set it up and communicate, but two, also the emotional intelligence that you need on both sides of this. Understanding facial expressions, understanding body language, not talking over people. We all hate those meetings where everybody's trying to talk at once. I feel like even before the pandemic, we learned really how to use our tools properly in a remote setting. The pandemic just forced us into that room and locked us in there. And I think that as developers, as engineers, as humans, we can acclimate quickly to a changing environment. I think we did. I think that for us, our family members here at Sonatafy, our engineers and our professionals, understand that working remote's a blessing. It's a reward, and I don't think you need to build the trust. The trust is there for you to lose. So I look at it as, I trust you all. Don't be on time, be at the meetings, have your camera on, be communicative, don't be looking at your phone, don't be falling asleep, don't lose the trust, not only of me, but of our customer. And I think that's the easy part, and that's where Sonatafy really excels. And I think our team does it, and they do it very well.
And in terms of what I was saying about professionals working in the IT industry,
Mm-hmm.
that right now they are very demanded
Yep.
for the market. And right now, what I think it's that the IT professionals need exceptional leadership for them to be compromised, to feel up, to be able to feel a part of a member of a family,
Yes.
like they are take caring of them, of their needs. How do you do that in Sonatafy? How do you take care of the people that works with you?
So great question. I love that question, because my whole career, I've really focused on the people, and I love the people. I haven't really written code in production in years, because I've just made that migration where I look to help lead the people and make sure that the people have a voice and they're heard and they're comfortable, and they're not just, you know, I hate that term code monkeys, but code monkeys where they're just there and just do your job and write it. Right. So my career has been focused on that. When I got to Sonatafy, it really became easy we have so many engineers out there. We have so many different professionals in different places. And a lot of times in the day, they're focused on working for their customer. And we needed to find a way to make Sonatafy still that launch pad for them. They still can come back home to the mothership. And why I love that question is because we're actively working on that. We're actively building opportunities to have interactions, games, learning expeditions where and certifications, opportunities for our team members to meet other team members, to talk about, problems that they're having. We individually communicate with one-on-one. If it's not myself, it's my engineering manager, Alan Quinteros, where we'll reach out and say, hey, what do you need? What do you need to be successful? What can we do? So by listening, by being present, and we don't always get it right 100%, but we learn from our mistakes, and we ask that our engineers do that as well, and that they hold us accountable. So by kind of putting that all together, we make Sonatafy bigger than the individual parts, greater than the individual parts, because it's not just us from the top down. It's leadership is from the bottom up. It's from the outside in and the inside out. And that's what I ask of everybody. We have a mantra at Sonatafy that we're in control. And I'll quickly tell you what that acronym stands for. It's clarity, transparency, responsibility, and leadership. And I ask that everybody on our team be in control as much as possible and expect that control from everybody else. That means that I'm clear what I'm working on or what I'm expected to be working on. I'm transparent on how I'm working on that and how I'm delivering that. I'm responsible in that I think like an owner, I think like a customer, and I'm a leader. I am able to lead myself and my team and my customer to success. And if you can kind of embody that theory and those pillars, and you can trust that your team does that, you can go on vacation. You can go to sleep at night not having to look over your shoulder. And if your team has that and they can trust that their team has that, then that makes the family sticky.
Stay together, right?
Yeah. And not want to leave. I mean, you said it, they're in demand. How do you protect our team from getting poached by the next person that wants to offer just a little bit more money? Well, if you give them something outside of the money, you give them the feeling of togetherness and community and family, well, then you've built more trust than money can break.
Yeah. I think you said two very important things that are accountable,
Mm-hmm.
and to be present,
Yeah.
because those are two huge words. To be present for your team, because not every time everybody needs the same. So
Exactly.
it's very important to be able to understand, like, what is going on with that person, what do they need right now. And that's the hugest job that the team leads has to do.
Yep.
Not only like to control in a way what their team is doing, is to be able to assist their team members and make them perform, because the team member is the one in charge of performing, like
Yep.
coding and
Yep.
be in touch with the client, and the leadership needs to be like making it happen, like to be able to promote the performance. So what kind of the other thing that usually the talent is very interested in is about the kind of projects that you work
Yep.
in, or for the kind of clients you work for, in terms of how long are the projects, end-to-end projects, which
Sure.
technologies, what to expect the people that are hired by Sonatafy in terms of challenges.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this, that I would say 95% of all of our engagements are long-term engagements. Every once in a while we might get something like, hey, I just have a 6-month project. We don't do anything less than 6 months. So all of our engagements, and I would say all of our customers right now are approaching a year, or have been well over a year for the lifespan of us working with them. When a customer comes to us, that's part of what we decide, how we decide to bring that customer on. Is this a complex, engaging application? Is our team going to feel challenged, right? Because that's part of the lifeblood of being an engineer. I mean, they're craftspeople, they're artisans. Code it's not a rigid black and white thing. It is binary at its essence, but it is so subjective, and it is true artisans, crafting out applications. If you don't give them something complex and challenging, you're going to lose them, or you're going to get something that's not good. So we make sure that we have that. We work with our customers to ensure that, and we work with our candidates and our engineers. If they do get into a project where maybe it just wasn't what they were looking for, we look to see, well, can we make some changes? Can the customer move them onto a different part of the project that's maybe a little bit more challenging? Every once in a while, hey, we may have to move them off that project and onto a separate project, and then replace them with somebody that put the person that isn't challenged onto a challenging project, and then fill that spot with somebody that is challenged.
So, Eric, it's fair to say that there are long period like projects, a long
Yes.
term like contracts,
Yep.
complex projects, flexibility on the candidates and the projects if they are able to move to another project or area of the
Yep.
project. The projects are usually not less than 6 months. They are
Yeah.
end to end projects, like in terms of understanding the need of the client and the end some kind of support you do, or it ends when you finish the app or the web that the client asks for.
Sure, great question. So we do both augmentation and managed service for our customers. On our augmentation side, I'm just we're finding engineers that are just working in perpetuity to all the development projects that we have at our customers. So I've got some customers where we've got team members that have been there for 5+ years. So they just they work on projects. They are the software team. In our managed service opportunities, we will do end-to-end testing, deployment, delivery, and then steady state on that. So we'll identify the requirements for a project. We'll put the team together to develop and project manage it. We'll interface with the customers. We'll do delivery testing. And this day and age, it's never fully done because you're always testing. There's always features. There's always bugs. So even on those, our candidates can 1, 2, 3 years of just ongoing. Oh, we want to add this project feature. Great. Well, our team is already there. Like I
So,
said earlier,
Eric,
yeah,
Eric, do you work with agile methodologies?
yes,
How big are the teams? Do you work with daily meetings? Like,
sure.
how is the methodology of working inside Sonatafy?
So inside Sonatafy, when we do a managed team, we're very agile. We do sprints. We use traditional project management tools, communication. We're doing daily stand-ups. I take it a bit further. We're doing retrospectives. Like we try to cover all the bases in an agile methodology because I want the team to be learning, and because internally, if we can showcase best practices, best use case of these tools, when candidates are working for a managed service in Sonatafy, they eventually could be put out to work for another customer. If I have a developer on working for a project and they're really good, and a new customer comes in and says, I need your best, Ruby on Rails developer, they might, hey, are you willing to go to this customer? We've got to make sure that they're going there with the best skills. So we try to showcase those skills on projects that we work with internally. With our customers, it's really up to them. I would say we maybe have 1 or 2 customers that are more Kanban and just kind of work from a backlog, as opposed to the rest of our customers that have done that transformative agile shift and are really looking to do that, mainly because they know how quick they can iterate and how quick they can deploy software.
Yes, of course. Perfect. So your clients are mainly in the US.
Yes,
Okay.
all
So
in.
you work,
Yeah,
the clients are mainly in the US, but you're hiring right now in Latin America, that it's a new, in a way, market with a lot of very, very interesting profiles. There are many, many professionals in IT in Latin America that it's great. We work a lot in Latin America, of course. And so it's great. So Eric, last question. How do you see the future of Sonatafy? What do you see in the future?
I see us getting real big. I I see us continuing on our path of growth. I see us learning how to organize and distribute teams more efficiently and with more communication within the teams. And I just see Sonatafy gaining, that knowledge and gaining that strength makes us really um, the biggest player in the market. That's our dream, is that we're just at a point where I don't have to go out of my way to find the engineers. The engineers find us because they want to work with us. To me, that's the dream. Customers too. We love to make money. When the customers come to us, that's great. It's less time that we spend on the phones and doing sales. But to me, the hardest part here is the engineer. The hardest part is attracting talent and making sure that talent stays and doesn't want to leave. So to me, the dream is that we get so big, we have such good projects, we have so many good use cases and stories that we're able to broadcast this with all our marketing work that we're doing, to where we not turning people away, but we're saying, hey, thanks for coming. Just you got to wait because we have so many people that we're going through. So that's my dream, is that we just continue to get larger and continue to put good people to work.
That's awesome.
Build a big
So,
family.
Eric, a big family. So the idea is to grow, to be able to be leading the market, and to create a very extraordinary, an amazing place to work, right, for developers,
Mm-hmm.
and to
Yep.
be a part of your family in
Yep.
Sonatafy.
Yep.
So thank you very much to be with us and share the what is to be inside of Sonatafy day to day, and what
Yep.
are you looking towards the future, that it's very interesting for us. And it was great to talk to you. And I don't know if you want to tell me anything more, to say anything more.
I thank you for the time, and I thank you for taking these opportunities to showcase companies like ours and spread the word. This is We're always changing. Our jobs, our networks, the technologies, all paradigms are shifting right now, and we need just to keep banging the drum that there's good people out there, there's good teams, there's good companies, and not all is lost.
No, no,
The
no. The
pandemic
best
can't
is
keep us down.
no, no. The best is going to happen.
Yes, it is.
So thank you very much again, Eric,
It's
to
my pleasure,
share this
Lorena.
podcast with us. We thank you all to be with us sharing this episode. We invite to you everyone to make comments or ask questions that we are going to respond in the comments below. So thank you very much again from Barcelona, Spain, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Ciao.